Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome to my channel High Achievers. My name is Khushbuk Fatma. I am here to share some knowledge with you. Now today our topic is biomolecules. Biomolecules is actually derived from the two words, bio and the molecules. It means that the molecules of the life. Some molecules are organic and some are inorganic, but in biomolecules we deal with the organic molecules. There is a diagram in which you can surely see that the organic molecule in which the carbon to carbon bond is present. Biomolecules are present in the large molecules found in all living organisms. It is found in the living organisms and can be produced by the living organisms. Next, the four types of the molecules. First of all, number one is carbohydrates, second is lipids, third proteins, and fourth nucleic acid. CHNOPS. It is actually the elements. C for carbon, H for hydrogen, N for nitrogen, O for oxygen, P for phosphorus and S for sulfur. All these molecules contain the carbon, ठीक है? और ये सारे के सारे molecules actually bio elements में भी आते हैं और ये सारे के सारे molecules living organisms के अंदर present होते हैं elements. All the living things contain the carbon. You can surely see this diagram below in which the carbon to carbon bonding is present. Carbon also show the catenation property, which means that the self-linking property of the carbon. Carbohydrates number one. It is actually the carbo and the hydrates. मतलब hydrated carbons. The fancy way to show the sugar. Actually, the sugar can also contains the carbohydrates and different sources are present in which like the dates, palms and different type of fruits also contains the carbohydrates. And their function is to provide this energy to the body. The number two, their function is that they gives the organisms the shapes and the structures like the crabs, insects, because their exoskeleton is made up of these molecules which are living. And the example 2 is cellulose, which is present in the plant's wall. And there is also the lignin, which is also present in the plant's walls. So glucose is equals to the sugar in the plant. Plant के अंदर जो sugar होती है वो glucose भी हो सकती है, fructose भी हो सकती है. जो fructose होती है वो fruits में present होती है, जो lactose होती है वो milk में present होती है और जो sucrose होती है वो table sugar में present होती है. The words of the sugars जो मतलब जिनके अंदर sugar होती है उनके जो end होता है उसके अंदर ज़्यादातर OSE यूज होता है, जैसे fructose में OSE end पे आया है. The subunit of the carbohydrates is a monosaccharide. Mono means one and saccharide means sugar. The monosaccharide is actually the one sugar molecule which contains the carbon bonding. Like the diagram below, the structure is in which the glucose is present, which is a monosaccharide. There are the six molecules present, and it's a ring structure. The next is a disaccharide. Disaccharide means two monosaccharides when combined together form the disaccharide. The example given below is the maltose. Maltose is a disaccharide. You can surely see that the glycosidic bond, the carbon-oxygen-carbon bond is present between the maltose. So it is a disaccharide. Starches are polysaccharide. Polysaccharide means many sugar. Poly means many, saccharide means sugar. The monosaccharide when joined together and form the thousands of chain, it forms the polysaccharide. You can surely see the examples just below. There are the most complex and most abundant carbohydrates in nature. These are of high molecular weight carbohydrates. They are composed of many monosaccharides. For example, the starch, cellulose and glycogen. More names of the carbohydrates. There are the two categories given above and below, like the simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. Structure of the carbohydrates. The carbohydrates always, but most probably present in the ring-shaped molecules. Like you can see glucose, fructose are in the ring shape. Now you can see the next thing, that is elements. The elements that bond to make the carbohydrates are, जो carbohydrates को बनाने में use होते हैं, जैसे कार्बन है, हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन है, ये मेजर 3 कंपाउंड्स हैं जो कि यूज होते हैं. नेक्स्ट है लिपिड्स. लिपिड्स आर एक्चुअली द फैट्स. फैटी लेयर्स जो होती हैं वो लिपिड्स फॉर्म करती हैं. दीज आर नेचुरली अकरिंग कंपाउंड्स विच आर इनसॉल्यूबल इन वाटर बट सॉल्यूबल इन द ऑर्गेनिक सॉल्वेंट्स. They contain the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen like carbohydrates, but in much lesser ratio of the oxygen than the carbohydrates. These biomolecules widely distributed among the plants and the animals. And there is also the classification of lipids like acyl glycerols and waxes, phospholipids, terpenoids. And the subclasses of the lipids are named terpenes, steroids and carotenoids. Lipids fact: large organic molecules that does not dissolve in water. Fats store more energy than the carbs because they have the many carbon hydrogen bonds and can be saturated as well as unsaturated. And the fats is actually that the fats contain more carbon number. So as we know that the more carbon and hydrogen bond is, there will be the more energy. And saturated means which have the single bond, and unsaturated means that they may contain double bond or the triple bond. Saturated that solids at room temperature, जो saturated solutions होते हैं, solids होते हैं, वो solid होते हैं at room temperature like raise bad LDL cholesterol levels. और AX is equals to animal products or coconut. Unsaturated जो होते हैं वो liquid होते हैं at room temperature like good HDL cholesterol और olive oil, avocado, almonds. ये सारे unsaturated के examples हैं. More examples हैं steroids like cholesterol, testosterone, waxes जो कि एयर वैक्स भी होती है, हनी बी वैक्स भी होती है, और फॉस्फोलिपिड्स. फॉस्फोलिपिड्स में मैं आपको नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में बताऊंगी, सारी इनकी डिटेल भी बताऊंगी. इस लेक्चर में हमने इनके नेम डिस्कस किए हैं और आपको इनकी एग्जांपल्स दी हैं, बट नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में आपको इसकी डिटेल वीडियो दूंगी. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब दिस वीडियो.